guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming in and joining me. This is just going to be the intro to the video. I filmed the video a little bit ago, over about a month it took of a little project, and I still have more to do on it, but for right now, this is the part one of me taking down the old wallpaper in my house that I have loved and held near and dear to my heart since my mom had put it up on the wall. However, the wallpaper is slowly peeling in some places, and you can see tears in it in other places, so it's time for the wallpaper to go. Now that being said, this is also my first foray into taking wallpaper down by myself and spackling. And my dad definitely suggested that I hired somebody. And then I kind of went off on him, slightly, saying, you gave me a house, you expect me to be able to take care of it, yet you don't trust me to do anything. And then he said he'd support me in everything that I do. So I did a lot of it, and so you will see that in this upcoming part. And yeah, it should be entertaining, I hope. Oh Lord, do I hope. And this is obviously only one spot of the wallpaper coming down, so there will be more updates throughout the entire year. And with that being said, let's jump to those clips. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm taping down a protective plastic cover with the blue painter's tape so that I can protect my wood floors and hopefully keep everything nice and easy as I'm doing this. Hi, Prudence. And that is my score tool I'm going to use to help score the wallpaper to make it easier for it to come off. And laughing at myself. That's a thing to do, right? Have you guys tried big home improvement projects? Is this something that you've done before? So this is going to be one of the biggest ones I do, because as you can see, it's all the way down the wall, and then it's literally behind us in the foyer of the house, and then it goes up the stairs in my upstairs hallway. So as you saw me pull out the steamer, because it needs about a half hour to heat up, and it should run about 70 minutes. I bought this one. Alright, so right now I'm filming clips or Snapchat just so I can be like, yeah, look, I'm starting. However, I decided not to use those because I didn't like them. So now I'm scoring, and it tells me to score in big shapes so that it'll be easier to tear it off and make sure that you're not going in like straight lines, but to move it all around. So there's that. Have you guys ever had to score wallpaper? I remember doing this like one other time before, but I don't remember if I was helping my mom or doing it with somebody else, or we were just playing around. Anyway, so there's always that part. And it gets really mucky and steamy when you start to fully do steaming off the wallpaper. And it's like, yes, it is working, maybe, nope. And I wouldn't really recommend putting your hand right there to see if it's, you will know when the steamer is like ready to work. So I'm like, what is taking so long? Do I come back with the instructions? I don't know if I come back here with the instructions or not. But he should also just, I'm like, I'm just going to pet Prudence. Yes. All right, so the steamer's starting to slowly get hot enough. And as I am steaming, I also have like a little scraper in my hand to try to scrape off all of the goo. So like when the wallpaper comes off, it came off in like the top layer, which is like the vinyl, or like heavier duty paper part. And then I had to get the backing of it, that's what sticks to the wall, off. And that part just took forever on this wall. As you can see, I'm sitting there scraping and scraping. And I don't know if at some point I grabbed my trash can. Yeah. But as you can see, I'm in my bare feet. That was not a smart decision. All right, so we skipped ahead. So day 2, or 3, because I might have taken a few days off, is to spackle. All the little holes that you can see that are in different colors, I'm trying to spackle it up so that it'll give me a smooth surface to paint on. And you don't want it to be like stupid heavy thick. Like, you want to be able to cover the whole hole, but then you want to be able to smooth it out because you're going to sand over it to make sure that it is a flat and even surface. And you also, when you're buying the spackle, want to make sure that you buy the correct spackle and not like a textured spackle. And there's a variety of different ones that I didn't even know. There's like spackle you can buy that changes color, so when you know it's done, like drying. I just gave it 24 hours or a little bit longer to make sure it was done. So that is the goal. Have you guys ever had to spackle anything before? I remember like seeing my dad and my mom doing it as a kid, doing different projects around the house. But yeah, I don't think I think they showed me how to do it, but I had never fully done it on my own. So that part's nifty. And now I'm just working at the bottom part of the stairs, covering up a lot of the unevenness that exists there. So yeah, spackle, spackle, spackle. I will say, spackling was a lot more fun than it was to take off that wallpaper. As you can see, my lighting fixture in the back, because otherwise this hallway is normally relatively dark. So, woo! And now I'm like, no, wait, focus on me, not my lighting fixtures. As I'm trying to show you all the holes and make us all dizzy. So that wall didn't have that many holes, but it is super, and I'm like, well, one, I'm ecstatic that I'm done with spackling. And now it's time to do day 3, 7, 9, 10, whatever day it might be. And it's sanding. It's literally sanding the spackle. Not too hard, but hard enough to make it smooth and hard enough to knock off any extra things. So that part, I also like doing this, except the fact that it made everything super dusty. And in the real world time frame, this is 4 days before Christmas, and I still don't have my house decorated yet because I'm doing this, and I just wanted to make sure everything was clean first before I started to decorate for Christmas, which I had everybody coming to my house, so that works. And here comes the fun part, and Prudence, time to help me. Come on, Prue. Yeah! She was so not happy with that. She was like happy she was standing next to me, and then she was not happy that I made her help me sand the wallpaper down. Or not sand the wallpaper, but sand the wall down. So, yeah. This wall turns out looking great near the end, which you will see. This wall, do you see like how it's still got paper texture a little bit? You definitely see that now, and I need to rework that wall a little bit. Alright, so I just skipped out a whole bunch of us all getting nauseous from me trying to angle and move the camera. I said candle. Ah. Alright, so this part up here was one of the harder parts to honestly, one, strip the wallpaper off of because it gets super dizzy and hot steam splashing in your face. Anyway, so now it's time to paint. So I wanted to make sure that I get everything relined down the wall with the painted blue tape, trying to protect the floor as well as protecting everything else. And if you're trying to figure out what day this is, simply for the fact, like I told you, this is a few days before Christmas, this is Christmas Eve at 9 o'clock at night. So I am, at this point, getting everything decorated legitimately right before everyone will be over at my house. And basically my whole point of this is that I wanted to get my house to be nice and decorated before it. The only step that I did skip, that I did do, was because since I painted after I'd wallpapered, and my wallpaper had been on for years, and the original house was wallpaper, like this, that original wall was wallpapered as well, was I definitely put a primer on the wall, which I didn't film because I don't remember where. I think I did it in the middle of the night, and I was just like, I am not getting the camera out. I am busy. So that is why the paint is going on so quickly and smoothly. It's because I'd already primed the walls. And I did that on the 23rd. And it was a heavy oil primer, so I wanted to try to get the smell out as much as possible. So I had fans blowing and everything. My dad told me that the only time it smelled oily was when he walked down the hallway. So, as you can see, my tree is decorated. I got that decorated, and that video was filmed. And now this is, like I said, Christmas Eve at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So, for some reason I always try to take on projects literally right before Christmas, so it comes down to crunch time. I don't know if that makes me feel like I'm actually getting things more accomplished or less accomplished, but hey, I'm happy that I'm getting it done, and like I said, this will be part 1. I think the fun one will be when I try to do the stair hallway, like the stairs, and getting all of the wallpaper off of that. So if you guys thought this video was helpful in the least, or if you like it, or you're actually entertained by this, please like and subscribe. And what color would you paint your walls? And I will see you guys really soon. Have a great day.